Hey guys, it's Silvis here. So, I was just searching around the other day, just kind of browsing the web because I've been looking for some extra work and I've been hearing a lot of hearsay about like remote work and that it's pretty chill, that most jobs don't require a lot of experience and you can honestly fit it into your schedule without much of a hassle. So, I decided to give it a try and I came across multiple career websites. In the past, I had only used LinkedIn and Indeed before because those are the most popular ones, and they have some pretty big communities. But after searching, I also found ZipRecruiter and Career Builder, and they're all kind of slightly different. They all have their own niche kind of thing that they kind of provide or give you as an experience. But in case you didn't know what a job search website was, it's kind of where companies can go to post a job opening, like give a description, pay, and pretty much your responsibilities and what they require to a large amount of people in that website's database. And that way, a lot of people can also look at it. And it also provides people with like a chance to create a profile and have it saved with work experience, skills, education, certificates, and other stuff that they want to add on there. That way you don't have to retype it in each and every single time. It's just saved and then you just kind of click and apply and then that's it. Makes job applications really easy. Like, I don't know, it's just easy. You can just click one button and then it's like, oh, you're done. You don't have to even answer any questions. Sometimes you do. They ask you just like, are you over 18 or 21? Just basic questions like that they need to confirm to cover their own butts. But back in the day, in case y'all didn't know, you actually had to go to a business or a job fair to actually, get a job. You'd have to introduce yourself, sometimes even, have lunch, promise them you'll never leave, and you'll get the job for 30 or more years, and then you'll pretty much retire there. Kind of sounds a lot like a relationship, to be honest. But anyways, with job fairs, they're pretty cool, and they have a lot of free stuff. I remember going to them back when I was in college. It was always pretty fun. I liked going there for all the free stuff that they had. Collecting all the cards as if they were little Yu-Gi-Oh cards, battling all my schoolmates. It's like, oh yes, I have the renewable energy job. But it also made me feel like a functioning member of society, even though I never got a job through any of those job fairs. And I never called any of those jobs back either, so all their cards are probably just here collecting dust somewhere. There's a lot of weird people there too, honestly, to be honest. Be careful around there. Anyways, back to job searching. So I decided to make a profile in all these websites. I added in my information such as skills, education, previous jobs I had, and nothing else really. It's not too hard, just kind of lazy to add other stuff. It's pretty simple, and it all worked out pretty good. Did like 40 applications in like 10 minutes, which was insane. I was like, wow, so that's a lot of job applications. That's a lot of work, man. Lots of remote work in different states too. There's a lot of states that kind of like New York and California were the main ones where they had a lot of remote work, where they didn't really care where you applied from. But for some reason, some only hire from certain states. So always read the description on there. It's weird, man. So it's like, what is remote? Like, what I thought remote was that you were working away from the office. You don't have to go to no office. You pretty much just go on some Zoom calls or Microsoft Teams or whatever the heck they do, or just answer calls or just enter in stuff and you're like, oh yeah, you're doing a good job. But no, some say remote but want you to go into the office. Why? It brings no benefit at all, to be honest, and it honestly annoyed me. I got called from one job and said, oh, you have to go, it's an in-office job, and I was like, I made sure that that when I applied, I didn't apply to any of them that said you have to go to the office, and I was like, bruh, no, I ain't gonna go. That's false advertisement. It is very efficient though, a lot of these job searching websites. Well, too efficient if you ask me. Which brings me to the one that kind of really really irked me a little bit. Career Builder. On the surface, it's really cool, really easy to use, probably the easiest to use out of all of these, because once it gets your info and you apply, like, there's not much else you do. You just click apply, and applying is like crazy fast. So on the surface, it's really easy to use. And honestly, like, when you go to, it's kind of weird to describe, but you click on one application, you click on one job, and then afterwards it'll say thank you for applying and all this stuff, but then it'll give you 20 similar jobs or something like that to do a one-click apply as well. So if you click the button, you pretty much apply for all those jobs that it had right there, and most of them like would be like the description would match pretty close to what you just applied for. And then so I just did it for the lulz, to be honest. I was too lazy. I was like, what, 20? I can make 20 applications in 1 second? Heck yeah. So I applied to some random stuff, honestly. Like, I didn't even read at some point. I just did that like a couple times. So yeah, probably a bad idea in retrospect, but a lot of the companies were ones I never heard of here on Career Builder. I was like, this seemed kind of sketch, but I got an offer to one and said nah, because it was a little too good, way too good. Which brings me to my next problem: the scams. People be scamming, man. If y'all already know, like, you already know that people be scamming, but they have this stupid Telegram app that they want you to download. And I was like, what is that? It's like, I've never heard of this. Like, the Telegram? Like, telegramming people? It's like, what is this? 16th century? But no, it's like a encrypted messaging app. And honestly, it sounds real shady. It's like Kik without all the weirdos. Or maybe it does have the weirdos still. So it just seems real shady. It gave me flashbacks of those Nigerian prince scams where your so-called cousin from Nigeria just wanted to send you an absurd amount of money. Just gotta send them a couple of iTunes gift cards. Thought we were past this though, to be honest. I thought we were smarter than this. Like, one Google search honestly confirmed my suspicion that these apps are sus, the jobs are sus, even the names are sus. Like, sus names? Yeah, you heard me right. Sus names. Some of these people's names were like names that you would never think of. Like, if you named your child that, you'd be like, wow, that was a bad choice. But these recruiters, man, they had just weird names. And they paid way too much as well. Like, and I even started reading stories of people falling for these gift card scams. Like, I remember this poor guy spent like $100 or so, and they ended up getting his bank info and taking out all his money. I was like, jeez. Like, what the heck, man? They couldn't at least leave him enough money for rent? Not even for a hot and spicy, a little McDouble? Come on, that's cold. That's real cold. These guys are scumbags, honestly, though. Take advantage of people after, you know, what happened these last 2 years. A lot of desperation. Have a lot of great promises of all these great things, all these great opportunities. Lots of bread. All for easy work. Like, who wouldn't want to do this? But in reality, it's all just false promises. Moral of the story, though, don't give out your info for no reason. Like, honestly, if a place that you just applied for is eager or reaches out to you to give you a job, and they're paying like $100K a year for you to make phone calls, it's probably a scam. You need to question everything. If it sounds too good, guess what? It is too good. But that's all I had to say. I just had to rant because this really was an eye-opener about how crappy some places are. Even though the job websites themselves are super convenient and really nice, and they can honestly save you a lot of time. But stay safe, everyone. Don't do anything I would, and take care.